This modular home, who would end up with that according to what you are proposing?
The kids and I currently live here, and he has told me that we could stay here.
It's my home. Um, it's not fair that I get kicked out with nothing, no house, no belongings, no nothing. I literally have a car and my clothes.
For the court at this time for a scheduled final hearing. Are you still pursuing your petition for divorce in this case, Krishana?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to need to take testimony from you in support of your petition.
This is one of those divorce hearings where nothing is as simple as it sounds. 5 children, a fully paid-off home, disputed income, and 2 parents telling completely different versions of the same story, all under oath. One side says they've been left with nothing. The other says they've been abandoned financially and emotionally. And before this judge can even talk custody or support, the courtroom tension is already boiling over. Pay close attention, because every word here matters.
So if you'd raise your right hand at this time where I can see it, I will administer an oath to you. You do solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in the matter now in hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes.
All right. State your name for the record, please.
Krishana Hornseth.
Right. And how long have you been a resident of the state of Kansas?
35 years.
When and where were you married to the respondent, Sean?
In Keachai, Kansas in June 19th, 2015?
Okay. Are there any children from this relationship?
5.
Okay. What is the range of their ages?
There's 17, 15, 11, 7, and 3.
Okay. You've alleged in your petition that you and Sean are now incompatible. Does that mean you have differences that you don't believe you can reconcile and that you need to go your separate ways?
Yes, that's correct.
And you're asking the court to grant a final decree of divorce at this time on the legal ground of incompatibility?
Yes.
Have you already split up your personal property?
No.
No?
He hasn't come to pick anything up.
Okay. So you have the personal property and he just hasn't come to get his things yet. Is that a fair statement?
Correct.
Okay. And where is Sean currently residing?
With his mother in Wichita.
Okay. Do you believe you're going to have difficulty determining what property is his and what property is yours?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I've listed things that he said that he wanted, but other than that, I don't know.
All right. I just want to point out to you, if we've got disputed matters, we're not going to go forward with this.
I understand.
I want to settle all of the matters in this case at the same time.
He can come get.
Are there any debts that would be in dispute here as to who's going to pay them?
No.
Okay. But what about a parenting plan for these 5 kids? What are your thoughts in that regard?
So at the moment, he has not taken any of the visitation that you had granted the last time we had court. And so I'm seeking full custody, and he can have the 1 or 2 weekends a month if he's going to take them. If not, then I'm going to keep him full time. But he hasn't showed any interest in anything to do with the kids since we've seen you last.
All right. Regarding the issue of child support, it appears that you've submitted a worksheet call for him paying child support in the amount of $3,311 a month.
This is a critical moment. Child support worksheets aren't guesses. They're formulas based on verified income. Kristana submits a number exceeding $3,000 a month, relying on pay stubs Sean provided. But here's the issue. Overtime-heavy shutdown work can dramatically inflate income calculations. If those numbers don't reflect his regular earnings, this worksheet could collapse under scrutiny. And when 5 children are involved, even small discrepancies can mean thousands over time.
Yes.
Okay. Where does Sean work?
Alert Construction Services.
Okay. Where did you get the income numbers that you used for him?
Pay stubs that he sent to me.
I see. And you still work for the Kansas Medical Center in Andover?
Correct.
Okay. This modular home, who would end up with that according to what you are proposing?
The kids and I currently live here, and he has told me that we could stay here.
Okay. Is it paid for?
It is paid off, yes.
Okay. I trust you're not asking for spousal support?
I did.
Okay, what do you mean you did?
I submitted in there that he pay alimony. I believe it was what, 20% based off. I have the papers. I think it ended up being like $1,000 a month.
Okay. Are you making any other requests regarding final orders?
Just that he get car insurance in his name if he's going to keep the car and the truck, and that he continues to carry the health insurance on the kids.
Okay. All right. Let me turn to Sean for a moment. Are you opposing anything that she has proposed this morning?
Yes, I would like to acquire legal representation because I'm not, it's my home. It's not fair that I get kicked out with nothing, no house, no belongings, no nothing. I literally have a car and my clothes. So I would like to speak with an attorney and go from there.
Why haven't you done that so far? This case has been pending for weeks.
I'm not allowed on the property, sir, and I have not tried to bother her or be involved.
Okay, but my question is, why haven't you already sought and employed legal counsel since this case has been pending for many weeks?
We were supposed to be civil about this, and she's made her mind up that she's not going to be civil, so I need to hire an attorney. We were agreeing on things, we were working things out. We were trying to be civil with each other, trying to just move forward and get this behind us, and she does not want to be civil. She doesn't want to agree on anything, so I need to hire an attorney and go there.
All right, she's proposed a decree of divorce today. Obviously, Sean, you haven't signed it. In fact, she hasn't either.
Yes, and a lot of the information in her documents that I was served in Missouri at my job are incorrect.
All right. Well, we're not in a position to finalize this case today. It's
Yes.
appears obvious to this court. I will be
Can I
setting a
ask-
date. Excuse me, go ahead.
What is in question?
From what I understand, just about everything.
What is he wanting?
What
Sean,
what
are you in agreement with any of this?
Pardon? Are you talking to me or her?
I'm talking to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what parts of her proposals do you agree with?
I don't agree with any of it. I don't agree with the full custody. I don't agree with her taking my house and everything else. And I don't agree with the child support. She's falsified my income because my income was based
I
on a
have your
shutdown.
pay stub.
My income was based on a shutdown, which I was working 70, 80, 90 hours a week. That is not my general income. My general income is $32 an hour at 40 hours a week. That's what I'm contracted for. So she's basing my income off of my extensive work, 90 plus hours a week. And that's not fair to me.
The pay stubs that you
Well,
sent me.
I'll
were not
eventually sort that out. I'll eventually sort that out.
Yes, sir.
All right. What I'm going to suggest to each of the parties is that you get your own independent legal counsel to represent you in this. I'm going to set a review date next month where I will expect that you, if you're representing yourself, will appear on this Zoom meeting. And I'll expect you with your attorney, if you decide to employ legal counsel, which I would highly suggest that both of you do. Get
Yes,
some
sir.
advice. Then we'll check the status of the case at this next hearing. Maybe through some miracle, you might even be settled on everything by then. If so, we'll go forward with a final hearing. But I'm going to ask my assistant to suggest a date at least 30 days down the line, too much further than that. So that would put us in mid-November.
Can I make a request?
What would that request be?
I would actually like to sit in a courtroom and not do it over Zoom, if that's at all possible.
You have
Well,
the
it's
option.
possible. If we have a contested hearing at some point, I'll consider that. But at this status review, I think it would be much more efficient to handle it by Zoom. So that's the way we'll do it.
Yes, sir.
I understand your request, though, Mr. Hornseth. Mandy?
November 18th at 4 p.m.
November
That's fine.
18, 4:00 p.m.
Yes.
All right. We will conduct another Zoom hearing at that time. Mandy, can we just use the same numbers that we used today? She says yes. So it'll be the same Zoom numbers.
Yes, sir.
November 18th at 4. And again, I highly suggest that both of you get legal counsel and have an attorney on that meeting with you so that we can ascertain exactly where we are on the issues of this case and do appropriate further scheduling, perhaps even establish a trial date if necessary.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
and I have a question.
Okay, what's your question?
Can I make a request for a no contact for continuing harassment and stalking? And I have submitted the evidence to Mandy. He's taking pictures of cars in my driveway and he is sending me YouTube videos about being on a hit list and not being found and other things.
No, that's a lie.
Totally inappropriate if that's happening.
That's a lie.
I submitted the evidence to Mandy. She has the screenshots of the text messages.
When did I ever say anything about? Okay, never mind. I'm not going to.
I don't know what you tried to submit. I haven't seen it.
It's in, I sent it to your email. I can bring it into the courthouse today if need be. But the last time we spoke, you said everything was supposed to be through text messages, and I have the text messages from him. I'm continuing to be harassed. And he's sending me pictures of cars parked in front of my house. And he doesn't contact me just about the children like you requested.
And neither do you.
Why don't we not communicate with each other? It does appear to the court you're not going to settle things among yourselves. You're going to need the assistance of lawyers on each side and communicate through them.
Okay.
Unless you're trying to set up visitation with your kids or you have a direct communication concerning them. I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
going to cut off that communication because that's in the best interest of the kids for the parents to be communicating about them.
Okay,
But,
but he doesn't take visitation or have anything to do with the children.
Why is
I've
that,
been-
Sean?
I've been in the middle of a shutdown, sir. I haven't been able to come back from Missouri for a month. What my line of work is, I'm a millwright welder, and they shut the plant down, and I have not been able to get back. I spent time with my children. I came here a week and a half ago. I gave my children birthday money. I took them shopping. I've done everything I can do to try to be a part of their lives. But in the same sense, with my line of work, I could not come back. I had to be there. I was working 7 days a week. I mean, 90 plus hours a week.
Okay.
It's not that I did not want to be with my children. It's that I didn't have the opportunity because of my work.
Is there a current child support order here?
No, sir.
No, you gave when we seen you last, you told him that he could have day visits every other weekend, and he has not showed up for any of them. And supposedly he lost his job in Missouri for beating up his supervisor. So he hasn't been working in Missouri, and he's been staying at his mom's, and he hasn't taken any visitation with the kids then. So he's not on his bipolar meds, and he's drinking again.
Not receiving any money.
And I don't receive any money from him for child support or anything.
And I just gave you a check for $3,500. So lie again.
I don't have it. It's
But that,
you
then
can't
what'd
give
you-
me a check.
then what'd you do with it? I endorsed a check over to you, a whole week's pay of
You can't
$3,500.
endorse it. Not true.
Okay. So keep lying.
This is where credibility becomes everything. A $3,500 check, allegedly handed to a child to give to the other parent, is now completely disputed. One says it never existed. The other says it was an entire week's pay. Judges pay close attention to moments like this because financial disputes involving children are never supposed to involve the children themselves. Regardless of who's telling the truth, this exchange alone explains why the court is pushing both sides toward legal counsel immediately.
So you didn't receive this check from him, as he asserts?
He can't. No, he did not endorse. It's a pay. He's talking about a paycheck. He didn't endorse
Okay.
me a paycheck.
And I signed it over to her and handed it to her. I'm sorry, I apologize. I handed it to my children and told my children to give it to her. It was a $3,500 check. It was my entire week's pay, and I gave that to her.
I never received $3,500.
Okay, Shanna.
All right.
This is why I want legal counsel, because there's no working with her, and she wants to lie. I literally handed a $3,500 check to my daughter and told her and signed it and told her to give it to her mother to help out with bills and everything else.
And which daughter did you hand that to? Because you're not supposed to be involving my children in anything that.
You were not at home.
Adults.
You were not at home, and we discussed the fact that I would give you that check, and I gave it to Cheyenne.
And
I
I told you,
signed-
no.
I signed the back of it. I gave it to Cheyenne. I told her to make sure you got it because we discussed this, and I gave you $3,500, my entire week's pay. I cut myself short to help you, and now you want to lie. That's fine. I just
never
want to get. I
I
want to
never,
get legal
I
counsel.
never
want to get
received
legal
a
counsel.
$3,500 check. That's all I'm saying.
You're a liar.
No,
Okay, well-
because my daughter,
I suggest you talk to Cheyenne to see if that was delivered to her. Perhaps she just forgot to give it to her mom.
That's fine.
All right. Maybe an issue we'll be dealing with on November the 18th for.
Yeah.
But,
Yes, sir.
All right.
I've done I've
again,
done everything I can do to help her and support my kids. I'm not that guy. So
I highly suggest you each get your own attorneys, appear with your attorneys by Zoom, November 18th at 4:00. We will further address this case.
yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Will you grant a temporary child support order or what?
Well,
what
he's
do we-
disputing your worksheet. I just received the worksheet that was just filed the 15th. Does he
I can-
have that in his possession?
I don't
No,
I don't know what
no,
he
I do not.
has. And I have the pay stubs that I can submit that he sent me for that worksheet.
Okay.
I can send them right now to Mandy.
All right. I'm not aware that there was any motion filed to establish temporary orders in the case. I will enter an order, a temporary restraining order, preventing either party from interfering with the privacy rights or harassing the other.
Yes, sir.
Peaceful communication regarding your children is not a violation of the order.
Yes, sir.
Unless it's peaceful and non-harassing. And again, I'm going to direct that to be done by text message so that there's a record of what's being communicated.
Yes, sir.
Do you need to file a temporary?
And I suggest, Sean, that you not try to communicate through the kids. I understand
Yes,
what
sir.
you were trying to do by delivering the check, but probably be better to keep them out of it.
Yes, sir.
All right. The court would be inclined to consider a retroactive child support order.
Yes.
Sean, I'll put you on notice of that.
Yes.
That
Okay.
on November the 18th, if a proper child support worksheet is submitted to this court with proper numbers, I'm likely to not only order current child support at that rate then, but also make that retroactive, at least to today's date, back to October anyway.
Okay.
So that's something you're going to need to talk to your attorneys about right away when you visit with them.
Yes, and I will submit pay stubs for my accurate pay.
All right. Very well then. November 18th, 4:00 p.m., the case will be further addressed by Zoom.
In the end, this court doesn't issue a final ruling, but it sends a very clear message. No divorce decree today, no custody order finalized, no child support set yet. Instead, both parties are warned, get attorneys, submit accurate income records, and prepare for potential retroactive child support. A temporary restraining order is issued to stop harassment, while communication about the children must continue. The stakes going into November are massive, financially, legally, and emotionally.
Thank you, sir.
There's nothing further at this time. The Hornseth matter will currently be in recess.